Hello everyone. I have been frequently going for walks in nature lately, and it has sparked my inspiration to paint botanical bookmarks. It's not my typical choice to paint plants and similar subjects, but I saw it as a small challenge, so why not give it a try? I'm so glad that I did, because I absolutely loved the outcome. This has motivated me to continue painting more plants in the future. If you're new here, my name is Eliane, and this channel is all about watercolor and gouache, though I might sprinkle in some other art endeavors from time to time. I started by sketching all 4 bookmarks first and using a kneaded eraser to remove excess graphite. And I'll be using my Van Gogh 12+3 watercolor set and the brush that comes with it. I just wanted to mention that I'm not sure what was up with my camera that day. There's this noticeable light effect on the bookmarks, especially around pure white areas. I've been doing my best to edit it out, so I hope it's not distracting. I guess it doesn't help that I pointed it out, but yeah, I just wanted to give you a heads up. My aim is to experiment with mixing various greens for each bookmark, starting off with an olive branch. So naturally, I try to mix an olive green by using a warm yellow that leans towards orange, and although this didn't result in a super olive-like shade, I still love the color nonetheless. I used a negative painting technique by leaving white space for the stems and tried to have some color variation within each leaf by varying the yellow to green ratio to add some visual interest. I'll be adding the olives once everything is dry to prevent any bleeding. So onto the next bookmark. I'm not sure what this plant is called. I went for a bluish green color this time. I also tried to add some water in the middle to add some cool effect. Especially when you add it while the leaf is drying, it makes blooms and unpredictable shapes that I love. If you happen to know the name of the plant, feel free to drop it in the comments. Yes, it's my sneaky way of getting you to comment, but I'm also curious about the name of the flower. Although I could probably Google it, or not. Anyway, let's keep going. Moving on to the kumquat branch, though I'm not sure about the correct pronunciation. For this one, I opted for a more vibrant yellow-green color, and similar to the previous painting, I made an effort to introduce slight variations in the green color within each leaf to jazz it up a bit. For this final bookmark, I'm also not sure about the name of this plant, but I love the unique leaf shapes. To paint these, I applied small strokes, deliberately leaving some white spaces in between. The color is a very muted earthy green. I achieved this by adding some red to the mix, giving it a somewhat muddier but charming tone. It's like a golden earthy green that I really like. Now going back to the olives, I mixed a black using Payne's Gray and some burnt sienna, and I intentionally retained some white circles to create highlights. For the kumquats, I began by painting them with yellow and then gradually added orange towards the edges, followed by red. I loved how the colors blended to make the kumquats pop. Here I primarily used the yellow color for the flowers, occasionally dabbing in some orange to create the impression of various blobs within the flower. I'm not sure if I succeeded there, but it was still fun. For this last plant, I started by painting the petals with pure water. I then added a hint of grey, and while the flower was still a bit wet but drying, I touched it up with a bit of purple at the bottom. I used a trimmer to trim the edges of the bookmarks. I got this one for like $1 or so. It was super affordable, but it really works wonders. And that's a wrap for the bookmarks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, and I'm really getting tired of saying this, do consider giving it a like, subscribing, maybe sharing or dropping a comment. Help a tired mama out. And catch you in the next video. Bye!